Call Emily Atwood, psychotherapist.
I saw Mrs. Byron between 2011 and 2015.
And were you aware of the accusations regarding her brother?
Mrs. Byron experienced a brief incestuous relationship with her brother.
You can say that quite confidently.
We're not talking about some controversial recovered memory situation here. Anna was a teenager.
Was this brief relationship something that informed your work with Mrs. Byron?
Incest is arguably the greatest social taboo of all. It brings a whole range of challenges to the therapist's door. Attachment can become problematic, and then really a range of post-traumatic conditions, anxiety, depression.
Was Mrs. Byron showing signs of any of the conditions you outlined?
I would say all of them, to different degrees.
Do you believe Mrs. Byron might have been suicidal?
Not when I was seeing her, no. But I hadn't seen her for a year before she died.
You see, it was you. You were a drunk.
Did that let you off the hook? If you hadn't thrown me away when you'd finished with me, like a rag, like a toy, I wouldn't have done what I did.
How could you?
Do you think you should have been allowed to get away with it?
Carol, I'm so sorry.
She can't hear you, Ralph. It's already too late. There's nothing you can do.
You met the Wendy's?
I'm anxiety, she's depressive thoughts.
Jean's told us all about you.
Is that right?
I'm sorry your friend got murdered.
Oh, I almost forgot! Wendy.
It's a Jean Rose.
And an Oliver Rose.
For your allotments.
Did you see that picture of his wife? I'd never let my Bobby get away with that.
Did your husband buy you the necklace?
I can't remember.
I bought her a silver bracelet once, when we first met. It turned out that silver left red rings on her wrists.
What's your wife's favourite food, Mr. Griffin?
I once caught her eating matoki at 2 in the morning.
He took a spoon as well.
Only to stop you eating yourself to death.
But just stop it now, Rick.
We won't take up any more of your time.
Look, it's not what you think.
Most couples pretend to be madly in love. Those who are lying, even more so.
But you two are clearly in the middle of a disagreement.
And for that to happen, there has to be a relationship in the first place.
I do hope you sort your differences out. You're a lovely couple.
Cheerio.
I'm very sorry to have to ask this, but do you know of any reason your husband might have left through choice?
Our marriage is fine. We have our stresses, but who doesn't? Look, I've got his diary from his office. There's people waiting to see him, and his car is there.
Why don't you tell us about his patients?
Oh, I don't know that much. There was an Irene Benson. She wanted to be treated alternatively for cancer, and her husband caused a fuss. She's terminally ill. Malcolm's been helping her.
Are you sure he isn't?
What? Do you mean having an affair?
Yes.
I trust my husband. So please, just find him. He's in trouble, I know it. Just find him, please.
You're right. Yeah. Are you?
Yeah.
My husband just left me.
Love, at least give that a rinse.